realistic. Well, I don't know. We have to start working on the final presentation. We have this model. The model is not done yet, but let's start creating the sheets, and then we will see. What is the, if we create a new one? Okay, we have this 30 by 44. I think we can do that. This is the original one. Well, now you have to define, you remember that for the midterm, you created your own title block with your logo or whatever. You can use the same, but there's something that we have to keep here. Okay, so I don't like these title blocks, but at least we need a sheet name. Well, first we have to edit this family. So we have the sheet number, the sheet name, the project name, the architect, and that's it. Okay, so we have to keep these elements because this is something that we can change. Well, especially this will change, but this will be the same. And then we have to get rid of everything else. Okay, so now you have to create your title block. Try to do something, but at least we know that we have the sheet name here, we have the project name, and the project sheet name, sheet number, and this is the architect. Okay, you can do this horizontally, you can do this vertically, I don't mind, but you have to create here and you can insert here your logo. But at least we need this information, your name, the project name, this is Renkulha's Educatorium, the sheet name, it can be cover page, first floor, second floor, whatever. And this is the sheet name, it can be A101, 102, 103. Okay, so when we are done with this block, and please try to do something more appealing than this. But I need you to try something, and then I'll help you improve it. But I'm not imposing you what to do here. Those are the author, the project name, the sheet name, and the sheet number. Okay. I think we can get rid of those. And okay, so let's start with the first one, cover page. So let's open the 3D view. Well, we can use an axonometric view. So the best picture that you can take from this building, it has to be your cover page. I think if we take, we use the camera and we look at this. Okay, yeah. Cameras. Okay, that's good. Okay, so is this the best shot we can have of this building? Probably. We can see here inside. So this is always good because transparency, it's something good in this building. So we can see that. Make sure that you hide in this view, you hide all the elements that you don't need. And then we can try different things. We can work with colors, or we can work with the realistic elements. We can work with a render. Let's try, for sure we need to cast shadows, because casting shadows will be much better. And we can work with display options, adding some transparency. The problem with the transparency is that we can cast shadows. Lighting, light, shadows. Okay. And I'm going to create a render in the cloud just to see if it's good enough. You render in the cloud. Continue. So it's continuing in the background, and if you want to see the render progress, yep, it's here. So we'll check this later to see how it goes. But anyway, this is quite good. You can try something different, but I think this corner is good enough. So on that, this is 101, and that would be the cover page. And the project name is red. Let's work with 3D view 1. If this is the 3D view that we're going to use, we can rename it, and we can name it cover page. And now on this cover page, we can insert this one. It's too small, has to be much bigger. And can we change the scale? Yeah, we can here use size and crop, scale, and log proportions. And the width has to be much bigger, 30. Can be bigger. 6. Depending on what you want to do, you can increase the, if you need to show more sky, it's always nice showing the sky. So we can make this crop region like this. This can go well because you can have here all your logos and your all the stuff, and here you can have the I don't think you need to add a lot of drawings here on this cover page. We can try different things, but keep it simple. Okay, so don't start adding a lot of screenshots. It's better for the cover page to have the best one, and then you will have space enough to create another screenshots in other pages of your presentation. But this one, keep it simple, and then yeah, we can always do it more appealing. That let's work with this so far. Okay, so this is the first one. Now we create a new one, and that will be 102, and this is the first floor. This is the first floor, and well, first floor, it's better using levels, level 0. I will leave it. And then on level 0, well, first we have to get rid of this picture. Let's hide in view. And this is what we have from level 0. Okay, for sure, we can duplicate, and we can call this level 0 presentation. And now we need a criteria for all the plans. Okay, so if we are casting shadows, we need shadows in all the plans. If we are placing measurements, we need measurements in all the plans. So let's see what we can do with this one. For sure, I don't want to see the grid line. I don't want to see the reference plane. I don't want to see those elements either. Okay. I just want to see the building itself. And now, I think in this case, having hatched, solid hatch in black, the structural elements and the walls, it will make things easier to understand. Okay, so I think we can go to visibility graphics, and we can work with floors. We can override especially the foreground, background. Okay, we need the cut pattern, so let's make it black. The floor, the roofs. And the walls. Okay. What is this? This is a round column. So we need columns to be, and what is that? This is another round column. So why don't we have columns? Oh. Right. View. Solid fill, but this is a surface. Oh, I understand. This is the surface. Yeah. So probably we are not cutting this to this column. What is this? Yeah, because these columns are too short. Okay, so that's why we didn't show the black. Okay, we have to attach two displays. Well, and now we will see on level 0, we will see black columns here. So we need to, oh, no, sorry, this is level 0 presentation. We need to insert, we need to go to 3D, attach here, and now all these columns will be black. Okay, and this is black because this is the slope of the ramp, and we are cutting that ramp. If we go to the north elevation, yes, we're using a horizontal plan to cut here. So that's why we see this line in black, or this rectangle in black. Okay, so it makes sense. And now, is this good enough? Probably we will need to add different pavements or different patterns here, or we can always add hidden line, and we have transparency, and now we can add shadows. Yeah, usually shadows are always appealing in this kind of plans. So yeah, I think I would use the shadows here. But if I want different shadows, I can always use sun settings. And I can use steel, this is in Utrecht, Netherlands, yeah. And we can always use the same date and the same time in different plans. So that's important. So let's use 12. Yeah, I think that's better. Okay, so we're using this date at 12 p.m. or noon. Okay, I still think that we can do something with this. So probably we can add more details, and for sure we can add some furniture here. What kind of furniture do we have in this project? In level 0, what's this? This is blank, so we don't have anything here. But what do we have here in this project? Yeah, it looks like a restaurant, or okay, so we can add tables and chairs randomly like this. Okay, but at least we have something, and I think it will because this is too empty. Yes, we have shadows. It's not bad, but it's too empty, and I don't like the shadows. I'm going to use ambient shadows. No, it doesn't make any difference. But when it comes to lighting, shadows probably, yeah, remember that name, let's make it 25. Yeah, so I think lighter shadows work better with this project. Okay, so if you are doing this, you have to make sure that all the cat elements are black, and then the shadows by the sun settings. We always have to use the same date and the same time, and we always have to use the in graphic display option in lighting. We always have to use the same shadow intensity. In this case, it's 25. Okay. Okay. What is this? Oh, this is the floor. So we have to open the crop view, and so make sure that we are cropping the view. And now, what about the scale? I don't know, let's open level 0 and let's drag level 0 presentation. Yeah. What is the reference scale we have here? No, we don't have a. Okay, so let's try. So far, we are working with the 1/8. Now we need to add the first elevation, the north elevation. So on the north elevation, well, again, we don't want to show levels. Let's duplicate. Where's the elevation? North elevation. Duplicate. So this is north presentation. I don't want to see levels. I don't want to see the grid lines. And this is not good enough yet. Let's create shadows. Yeah, that's the problem with the north elevation. If we cast shadows, everything will be dark. We work with 25 here. I don't think we are showing the, yeah. Well, probably we need something better for this. Make sure that the scale is 1/8. And now let's go to level 0. Let's drag north elevation presentation. And now the most important thing is that these two drawings have to be aligned. Well, that's difficult because the north elevation is this one. Okay, well, so at least make these two drawings like aligned, but this elevation is not that one, it's the other one. Okay, so the south elevation will be better in terms of understanding what we are doing here. Okay, for the level 0 presentation, make sure that you hide the crop view. And where's the level 0? 1. And then we need something here. Okay, we'll find out something later. But yeah, I think this is the first draft of the presentation. So I'm deciding visibility options, and I'm deciding the scale. So I think the scale 1/8 is good for plans and elevations. I'm not happy with the visibility options with the graphics. Maybe I will change my mind. But anyway, this is the draft. So let's move on. Now we have to create a new one. And that will be 103. And this is level 10. So level 10, I 0. So I have to open level 10 now. And on level 10, yeah, we have this weird thing, that it is the same thing that we had here. Okay, so we have this cut, so we see half the auditorium, and I see half the level 0, because we have this ramp. So this is what we have here, more or less. And now I want to hide. Okay, let me first duplicate level 10 presentation. I want to hide the grid lines. I want to hide this. Okay. And now scale is 1/8. If I see the crop view, make it smaller. Now hide the crop view. And now I have to use the same visibility graphics that I have used before. So the walls have to be black. The roofs black, and the floors black. Our columns. Now we can cast shadows, make sure that the sun settings are the same. We have steel. It was, what day was it? It was June the 20th. And it was at noon. And the graphic display options, the shadows were 25. Okay, so we need more details here. We need to add furniture, but I think this is what we have. So it's the same thing here. Yeah, the only difference is that the doors, some furniture here. Oh, and we don't have these bathrooms. Why don't we have these bathrooms and we don't have these? So the model is not done yet. So I think we have to work with these two elements. But anyway, this is a piece of cake because they are just boxes. But for the draft, I think this will work. So let's work with level 3, level 10 presentation. Let's see here. And now we need to add the south elevation. So we have to work with the south elevation. And again, I want to hide. Yes? Okay. Give me 30 seconds and I'll be with you. Okay, I paused. Okay, I'm back. We were working with the north elevation. I want to hide this, oh, the north elevation, the south, sorry. But now I have to, yeah, before doing this, I'm going to duplicate south presentation. Okay, I want to hide category. Category. Yep. Let's see the crop region now. It's too big. And now casting shadows in the south elevation will work better. Here. Can we add some transparency? Yeah, I think working with transparency looks more appealing. The problem is that with transparency, we cannot use shadows. So we have to make a decision, or I can work with shadows and then I can apply transparency just to the wall. Okay, right graphics in view by element, and now I can make this wall transparent. Okay, so that's better. Make sure that this is 25, 25. And okay. So here we have to insert level 10 presentation. And level 10 presentation. There's something wrong with the shadows. That's 325. And south presentation. Okay, so now it's important because now we do have to align, because we are looking at this at the project from the south. Okay, so we have to make sure that everything is aligned, that this line is aligned with this one. Now I think it's matching. It's easy because when both elements are aligned, you see like, yeah, you see this dashed blue line. So that means that the grid lines are matching in the plan and the elevation. Okay. Yeah. So this is the third. What's next? The first floor, or level 0, level 10. This is level 20 now. Okay, so in this level 20, we have to see all this. So let's create a new one. Okay. Level 20. And on level 20, this is level 20, I have to duplicate level 20 presentation. Okay. I don't want to show this. I want to hide in view theory. These are, okay, I need to add a level of detail, fine. And I want to get rid of these lines. Okay, so this is hatched in black, but that's the difference between the concrete column and the steel columns. Okay, are we done with this? Well, you can add the elevators or you can add the restrooms here, but in this staircase, but the walls are there. Yes, all the walls are there. Now, we have to use hidden. We have to cast shadows, sun settings on June the 20th at noon. The shadows 25. Okay, why do we have this weird thing here? This should be a solid shadow and it's not. Why is it happening? I don't know. I'll find out later. Yes, by adding more detail to this, because this is the most important plant, but it's just adding chairs here or seats, and this band make sure that we have the toilets and all that stuff, that it's there. And with this one, there's a section. Okay, so we can use a section of the building. We haven't taken a section yet, so this is what we are going to do now. So on this level 20, I'm going to drag level 20 presentation. I have to work with a crop view. And now we need a section. Okay. So where can we take this section? I think the ramp is a good place, or okay, yeah. So let's try that ramp section here, and now section 1. Yeah, I think this is a good one. Now this is section 1. I will duplicate section 1 presentation. And now I have to go to the visibility graphics. And now walls, roofs. I have to override, make it black, and floors. Now I want to cast shadows. And I have to work with the sun settings. Till no, not 5 p.m. morning. Oh, let's try in June. Probably this is not the right orientation, so I'm going to change it. Let's see now the section. Okay, now we have now here. Well, I'm not very happy with this, but since this is a draft, I will find out later. So this is the section, hide the crop view. Where is level 20? Oh, on level 20, by the way, I have to hide this. And I have to insert this section here. Mhm. Okay, what's next? The next level. Okay. E1, 105. And what is the new level? It's 30. Level 30. There are things missing on level 30. Yeah, we haven't done any of these yet. And here there's another section. Okay. So for level 30, duplicate. Station. we do have all these walls on level 20, but we don't have them on level 30. So probably this is a question of attaching this up to level 30, up to level 40. Okay, navigation issue up here. Sun settings, steel, June. And I need another section through this. So view. Oh, this is the sheet. Where is the level? Section 2. Duplicate the presentation. Settings. Okay, so we have 5, and what's the 6th? Okay, so with the sixth one, we start with this kind of section perspectives and these axonometric views. And we do have this. Okay, so we're going to work with this now, and we're going to try to complete, for example, this page with these axonometric views here. Okay, so now I have to work with a perspective. Let's view. With this 3D one, I have to select a good perspective and duplicate. This is axonometric. Level 0. Rename. Axonometric level 0. And I have to work with the section box now. But first, I have to adjust the crop view because I'm going to duplicate this to show all the floors. View. I don't want to see the levels. And now I have to work with the section box. Okay, this is the first one. Is it clear enough? Precast shadows. Okay. So I'm going to use this one. And now I have to duplicate. This is level 10. Okay. And I have to duplicate. Actually, the other one is level 20. And this is level 30. And finally, I have the roof. With the full section box. Okay. So now let's go to level 30 and we can start inserting this one here. Well, the scale is too big. Oh, it's 1/8. Yeah, so let's make it much smaller. 1/32. Okay, that goes well. And now all the scales have to be the same. 1/32, 1/30. And the roof. Level 20. And now make sure that we align all these levels. The 30. And still has the roof. Yep, I think it's lasting forever because of the I'm working with the realistic and I shouldn't. So I'm going to switch to hidden line for all of them. And now it should work better. Okay. And now I want to hide the section box. Okay, so we're almost done with the draft of the presentation. So we have everything, and now we need to see what's missing on all these drawings, and we need to complete them. But I mean, at that scale, I think this is detailed enough, so we don't have any other. Yeah, we don't need more information. Well, we have to fix this roof. I will do it right away. But I think at this scale or at this size, this is enough information to do this. This is much bigger, so we need much more information here. So this is something that you have to realize. Depending on the scale of the drawing, you need to provide more or less information. So the same information, it's fine for this drawing because it's small in that page, but here we need more detail. So that's the challenge of preparing presentations. We are combining different scales, and then we need to figure out what to do here. Probably we need to add more furniture, pavements, details, more walls. I don't know, we need more detail here. But at this level, the detail is good enough because this is small. And then for the sections, yeah, we need also to know more about the sections here. Yeah, I think placing the chairs, because this is the auditorium, will help a lot to understand that this is the auditorium. And we need to insert silhouettes of people. Yeah, so we need more work on sections, but especially in plans. The plan in this building is something very important, and these plans are empty. Okay, so yeah, we have the columns, we have the shadows. Well, yeah, but it's not enough. So we need to add more information in the plan because it's the most important document in this presentation. But at least we have a draft. Okay, so we have 5 pages, the cover page. Yeah, that's fine. We need to add more details here. That it's good. And then level 0, 10, 20, and 30. So, and just adding these kind of things and combining 3D views with plan views and sections, this is something that is appealing because we're not just modeling, we're not learning Revit, we are learning how to prepare an architectural presentation. And this is what architectural presentations are about. It's about defining a building, but by combining different aspects and different views of that building. And this is something that always works. If you are preparing a presentation and you have something that is really important, and here the most important document is what you look at first. So this is the most important element. And this is different. We can prepare a complete different presentation using the same elements at a different scale. So let's work with a new sheet. And I'm going to do something different now. So this is named. I don't have a name for that one. But if I go to axonometric level 20, which is the one that has more detail, because here we see all the walls. Here we'll see the egg, which is important. We see all the walls or these curved walls attached to these, to the slope. Okay, so there's a lot of things here. And if I decide that this is the most important element in my drawing or in my sheet, I can do that. But then I'm going to duplicate, and I'm going, this is axonometric level 10, page 106. Okay, and I'm going to do the opposite. So this is going to be 1/8. I will open this and I'll drag this here. Okay, so now this is the most important document, so I need more detail here in this 3D model. And then I want to show the plans at a different scale. So I can open level 10, but I want to duplicate now level 10. And this is level 10, 106. This is the page 106. And then I have level 20. Page 106 and level 0. Page 106. Okay, so we go to the page 106. Now this is the axonometric view, and I want that scale to be 1/32. This is 132, and this is 132. And on this one, now I want to insert and there's still level 30. That's the idea. I mean, we always have the most important document or the most important drawing in this page, and then we have something that it's secondary. So both ways to explain those are both reasonable ways to explain the building. So what do you think is more important? Is this 3D view more important than the plan itself? It also depends on your work. So you have to be smart enough to bring out the good points of your drawing and to hide the weak points of your model, of your drawing. Or what are you good at? Are you good at 3D modeling, or are you better at 2D modeling or definition of drawings? In my case, I'm better at 3D, so I struggle creating nice plans. So when I prepare a presentation, I always use these kind of things because I like the 3D view. It's fun. So I have fun preparing the 3D view, but it's boring to me preparing the plans. So when I'm preparing presentations, this is what I'm doing. But I have found this after 20 years of preparing projects. At the beginning, okay, I have to do this, and then I try to do things that I'm not good at, and then it was frustrating because, well, I'm not good at doing this. So you have to find something that you're good at, something that you have fun, so that you don't mind spending hours working on, and you have to enjoy. If you don't enjoy doing these kind of presentations, you are lost. So if I had to prepare this presentation by tomorrow, I would leave the plans at this size because I have a hard time preparing this kind of plans, and I will focus on the 3D view, and I will use Photoshop to create different materials and to place here people, furniture, because I have fun doing this. But maybe other architects will say, no, I want this kind of presentation. So I want a presentation in which the plan is the most important thing. And then, yeah, I can have 3D views, I can have things here, but the most important document should be the plan. I mean, 30 years ago, when we were students, they taught us to work with the plan. So the plan was the most important thing. So where is the plan to the building? You said, no, I haven't worked with the plan. I have a 3D view. Forget about the 3D view. Where's the plan? Now things have changed because of this, probably because of the tools. 30 years ago, there weren't any 3D software or 3D model tool, and we were all working in 2D. And well, if you are working in 2D, yes, the plan is the most relevant thing that you can show. But working in a 3D model is different because with the same effort, you have a 3D view, and 3D views are always more appealing, especially if you use good colors and shadows, and because you have the volume and you can understand the building better than looking at the plant. So now things have changed and everything is about pictures. And this is something that you can realize by looking at presentations, especially capstone projects from 1980 until 2020. Things have changed a lot because of the tools. Because now with the tools that we have, the 3D model, it's something that 30 years ago, when we wanted to create a 3D model, we had to do it. We have to do a physical model, and it took weeks to create a good physical model for a final presentation. So that was the last thing we did. We were always working on the plan. So that's the idea. What do you want to do? Do you want to do this, or do you want to do that? It's up to you. I don't mind. So make up your mind, make your decision. Both things are acceptable. I have prepared like a draft here for the presentation. But if you want to break the rules and create your own style, go ahead. Let me know in advance, so don't show up doing something completely different without my approval. I will approve anything as long as it's good. Okay, that at least let me know in advance that you're going to change this layout of this presentation. And if you don't want to change it, there's always the last one is to do whatever you feel like. Okay, so this is empty, so here you can do anything. But I think this is the lesson that you have to understand today. So you are preparing the layout of the presentation. The model is not done yet, but by preparing the presentation, we know where we have to focus on. Because if I have this kind of presentation, okay, I have to work on level 30 because it's empty. This is good enough. Even the section is good enough, but this plan, we have a lot of work here. Okay, so you have to focus on level 30. But if you are working with this kind of presentation, level 30 is not relevant at all for level 0 or 10 or 20. Why? Because at that scale, this information is enough. What do we need? We just need to show where the walls are, and we have walls and structural elements. So this is all I need at that scale. But I need to work on this picture. Probably I need to take this to Photoshop, or I need to create a good render. By the way, where is our render? Okay. Ugh, well, okay. I hate the Revit, guys, but well, it's not bad. At least this transparency, it has a good quality. Okay, so do we want to use this render? Yep, so we have to download it. JP, okay, save. Folder. Okay, so is this the render that we need for my cover page? Let's see. Copy page. I'm going to duplicate. No, I'm going to duplicate. Copy. I don't duplicate view. Okay. And on that one, I want to place this. Okay, so we have this one or that one. I don't know. Scott, this is your project. What do you think? This one or that one?
I don't know. I don't like the fact that the curtain walls aren't really visible on that facade on this one. Just seems solid.
Okay. Anyway, make up your mind. I don't like the sky, but I think this is something that we can, because that sky, it looks like the Emirates, that it was always with sand or with this color. That I don't like it. Anyway, and I don't like this grayish thing. Well, I don't know. The render can be better, but well, anyway, it's good enough. I mean, if we have to do this by tomorrow, okay, go ahead. But we have 2 more weeks. So I think with this model, we can make something wonderful just by spending yeah, 3-4 hours every week on preparing the presentation. So that's why before moving on, before continuing to model the building, I think slow down and let's say, okay, let's prepare a draft of the presentation because the time is limited. And you can think, okay, I have this, so I have this idea, so I will do this and that. And this is always something wrong. So there's a point in the design process in which you have to slow down, you have to start producing new things, and then you have to focus on the final presentation. And this is what we are doing now. We can keep on modeling things forever. Okay, so we can, oh, what if I do this? What if I want another section? Oh, I want this 3D view. Oh, I want that. Yeah, we can do this forever, but now prepare the draft and just focus on what you need to finalize the presentation. And this is something that you need to understand. This is not Revit. This is about being an architect. We have a submission. We have a deadline. The deadline is in 15 days. What can I do in 15 days? If you do this, you pass the course. I mean, you are meeting the requirements. You have 6 or 7 sheets with everything, with plans, sections, elevations, cover page. That's it. But if you want to make it an outstanding presentation, what do you have to focus on? I don't know. If I want to do this, I will focus on this 3D view. This has to be something outstanding. And maybe this is a way to show the building. Okay, so you can have like axonometric views of the first floor, the second floor, and the third floor. You take this picture to Photoshop, you make an outstanding things here with colors and silhouettes of people or furniture or different textures. Okay, so you can use Photoshop to do this, and then you can have secondary information at this here, or if you want to go to the traditional presentation in which the plan is the most important thing and the 3D views here are not that important, okay, we can go ahead with that. But I think now it's time to slow down and to understand what you want to do. So you have the first draft. If you need any advice, get back to me. But I think, yeah, the next couple of hours, once you are almost done with the project, you are at this level with the project, you have all the walls and all the columns and all that stuff. So take your time to start preparing a draft of the presentation. And what do you like to do? Do you like to work in plans? Do you like to work in, if you like to work in plans, you can have furniture, dimensions, everything that we have seen on the midterm. If you like to work in the 3D views, okay, so let's work with this and then keep the plans and sections at that scale.